Hi everybody, video number 2 for today because I'm not going to have any time to do any more this week, so I wanted to get 2 in today for you. So today I'm going to tell you how to make your own deodorant that actually works. So I have been making and using my own deodorant for about 10 years now, and I don't think I stink. No one's ever told me that I stink, so hopefully I don't. If I do, please tell me, because then I would like to change my recipe to something that actually works. But this one does work, so what I'm going to do is show you how to make a very, very nice smelling deodorant for men or women, and we will go from there. So all you need to do is have some very basic ingredients in your house. So this is my little recipe card. I've had this little recipe card for like 10 years, and a few minutes ago I couldn't find it, and my whole house was in a panic trying to help me find it, and I couldn't, and I was freaking out, and it was actually right in front of my face. So thankfully you guys will get to have this special super secret recipe. You can find it anywhere online, really. It's not that secret, but this is one that I really use and love, and I think that you will too. So the ingredients that you need are, depending on if you're sensitive to different starches. So if you're sensitive to baking soda or arrowroot or tapioca, you might have to play with what you use, but I use a ratio of arrowroot powder or arrowroot starch. So this is arrowroot starch. You can see I just get it from Bob's Red Mill, or from wherever, it doesn't really matter. And I use a very small amount of baking soda. I am really sensitive to baking soda. It's very abrasive to me, so I don't use a whole lot. So my ratios in my recipe are more arrowroot to baking soda. So some of the reasons why you might want to make your own deodorant is because aluminum in deodorant has been shown to contribute to things like breast cancer and Alzheimer's disease, among other things. So you do not want to put metal onto your body on purpose on a daily basis, especially under the arms where it's very porous. It goes right into your lymph nodes and you can cause all sorts of problems. Metal will travel through the body to the softest tissue. So what it will do is actually go to the brain, it's going to go into the lymph, and it's actually going to cause lots of issues with people. In the testing that I do at Natural Health Improvement Center South Jersey, I actually test for metals and I look for aluminum, and the first thing we pull out of people's personal care product regimen is their deodorant whenever I find aluminum. So you really want to find something that is good to use and that actually works. And I have found that a lot of the natural deodorants just don't work. I have used a lot of brands that I won't mention because I don't like to drop brand names on my live feeds for lots of reasons, but I don't like to blast anybody. But I have used some natural brands that have actually been horrible, and I have smelled within a couple hours, and you're walking around like, what is that smell? And it's actually you, and you stink. So this way you won't stink. I ride horses, I work on a farm, I do all sorts of hard labor, I guess you could say, and I don't stink afterwards. I can go an entire day, not have to reapply the deodorant. It's awesome, it works. Actually, you don't even sweat very much with it either because of the way that it's made and the essential oils that are in it. And if you're sensitive to any essential oils that we're using, then just switch it up. Make a scent that you like. So I'm going to tell you my favorites, and then you can play with the recipe and do whatever you'd like because it's your recipe. So let's get started. I know you're patiently waiting, or not so patiently. So what you're going to do is you're going to take, depending on the batch, so you can make a small batch of this or a big batch of this. So I'm going to give you the ratios, and I'll put it in the comments for you too. I'll give you the recipe, no problem. So what you're going to do is you're going to put in 6 tablespoons of starch. So you're going to do the arrowroot starch, and then 2 tablespoons of baking soda. If you're sensitive to the baking soda, you can either leave it out or you can just put a little bit in, so you can make the ratio larger of the arrowroot starch. You can also use tapioca. Either one is fine. Any kind of starch is fine. So let's go ahead and do it. So let's not just say, let's do here. So let's go ahead and get our arrowroot. So it's super powdery and my hands are going to turn white. So we take our trusty tablespoon here and we're just going to put in, can you even see this? It's packed. Hold on. When I have a real cooking show, I'll have a better space for you guys with a better camera. All right, so you're gonna put, I just got white powder all over myself. I don't stink, Ben, jeez. All right, so 5, 6. I make his deodorant too, so he doesn't stink either, so. All right, I sell this at my office, by the way. Once I get it in stock, I'm kind of behind in making products because I've been so busy at the office with all sorts of things, business-wise and patient-wise, that I haven't been making my products as much as I should. So let me grab a pair of scissors and open up my baking soda here. Now I'm only going to put 1 tablespoon of baking soda in. Like I said, I don't like to use this a whole lot because I feel like it makes me stink. I mean, it doesn't make me stink. It actually makes me itch. Wrong word. And then you're going to use 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. You can use regular coconut oil, just melt it first, or you can use fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated coconut oil, it means it's just separated out so that it doesn't go solid at colder temperatures. So if you're making the deodorant in the winter time, you're going to have a more solidified deodorant. You have to play with the ratios. In the summertime, it tends to leak all over the place and you have oil all over the room. So if you use a fractionated coconut oil, you can just get it on Amazon. Mine is from Plant Therapy, but you can use anybody's. That's actually better for the deodorant in my opinion because you can regulate the amount of oil that comes to the top a little more. So I'm just going to put in my tablespoons of that. So you're going to put in 2 tablespoons. Again, play with these ratios. Make it the consistency that you want. Anytime you're making anything, you can just play with the ratios, whatever works for you. And I'm going to take a spoon. I have a big spoon here. You know what? Let me use a wooden spoon because of the noise. Grab a wooden spoon. So take a wooden spoon. And I can already tell when I'm mixing this that I'm making a mess. I need to put in some more oil. So just put in some more oil here. You want it to be really soft, so and like a cream, so that when you put it on your hand and you rub it under your arms, it's easy to rub in. You can also make a stick version, and at some point I will show you the tutorial for that. That's a little more involved. It doesn't take 5 minutes. It takes more like 30 minutes or so. So you just have to keep playing with this ratio here. Add a little bit more oil. The time of year, obviously, it does depend on how much oil you add, like I said. So right now, it's pretty chilly in my house. I am using the fractionated oil, so it's not going to harden up on me. But I don't know if you can see the consistency. This is the consistency you want. It's like icing. So it's like an icing consistency. Doesn't taste like icing. It tastes pretty nasty, but... Now, whether you're making a men's version of your deodorant or a female version of your deodorant, you are going to use 2 base oils that are the same, and then you're going to change it up for your scented oils. So for me, I'm making these in big batches. When I make my deodorant, I'm making them in humongous batches. So I'm actually going to be making a big batch. I use 3 cups of starch, 1 cup of baking soda, or 4 cups of starch, a half a cup of baking soda, depending on how sensitive someone is that I'm making it for. Or usually with my office people, I make it for sensitive skin because of the issues that we have. Then you're going to do a cup of coconut oil, 80 drops of tea tree oil, and 40 to 80 drops of whatever scent. So for the smaller batch that we're making here, so if you're making this at home, it makes 1 little container for you. You're going to use 5 to 10 drops of tea tree oil and lavender, and then you're going to add some of the scents that you want. So this is perfect here. So all you do for your essential oils, for the men's, you're going to use lavender and tea tree as your base. So you're going to put 5 to 10 drops of tea tree and 5 to 10 drops of lavender in, and that the tea tree actually helps it to be antimicrobial and antifungal, and it helps it not to get moldy or anything, so it actually preserves it really nicely. So I'm going to show you I'm just going to show you how you drip it in a little bit just with 1, and then I'm going to tell you the other scents that I use. So you just basically are dripping it in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you put in your tea tree oil, and then you're going to put in your other scents. So some of the other scents that I use, it already smells amazing in here, are for men. So I make something that's called man stink deodorant because men tend to stink, so I like them to smell nice. So you use bay as your scent, bergamot, white fir, and cedarwood. Those 4, along with the tea tree and lavender, are the scent that you use. It really, really smells good. It's kind of like an earthy, woodsy type smell, but not like dirty smelling. It's really clean smelling, like a clean soap, and it smells really, really good. You'll really like it with the bay and the white fir together. Oh, wait. And then for women, I like lavender, lemongrass, tea tree, grapefruit, orange, and ylang ylang. That is my mixture for women, so I really like that. Another one that I really love for women is, instead of doing the orange, swap out the orange for the bergamot or bergamot, however you want to say it. And so it's lavender, tea tree, lemongrass, grapefruit, ylang ylang, and bergamot. And that is a wonderful floral light scent that smells really, really good. And it goes on really, really smooth. and all you have to do is put it in a container. So I have these little glass screw-on containers that I use, or you can use a tin container. Either one is fine. And make sure that you don't fill it all the way up to the top, because if the oil starts to separate a little bit, it will leak through, and store it in a place that it's not going to ruin anything. So in case it does leak out, don't put it on your marble countertops, don't like I have, don't put it on wood. Make sure that you have it in a spot that's safe, on paper towel. Or and the screw tops are better. So for a while I was putting it in those little tins with the top that just swishes down, and to try to get it off, it was practically impossible. The oil would seal it and you could not get it off. And then when your hands would get greasy, it was impossible. So try to use some type of a screw top, either a glass jar with a metal lid or a plastic lid, or one of those metal ones that are that you can unscrew. If you have any questions about where to buy those, just go to Amazon. You can find anything on Amazon anyway. So all your ingredients you can find on Amazon, all your containers you can find on Amazon. I use doTERRA essential oils. Those are my favorites. I can put the link to those in my in the comments. Don't buy essential oils off of Amazon unless they are directly from the company. So you can buy plant therapy from them. If it says fulfilled by plant therapy, if it says fulfilled by doTERRA, don't buy third-party essential oils, because you may not be getting what you think you're getting. And we talked about that in my essential oil workshop online a couple of months ago. If you want me to dig that up for you, I can show you that as well. So again, this was our DIY deodorant recipe making class. If you have any questions, let me know. This recipe is not on my blog. If you want it, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the comments for you. If you have any questions on scents, just let me know. Until next time, I will hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.